Meeting doctor here. I'm actually going to talk a little bit about a different topic today than I usually do. I'm obviously usually talking about meetings because I am the meeting doctor. But I also wrote a book some years ago with a good friend of mine, John Kello, called The Burned Out Physician. Just to show you a copy here. And it talks about burnout from a lot of different perspectives and how it then focuses in, and we focus in on the physician, but also just healthcare in general and the kind of burnout that's happening there. And there's actually some meaningful things to take from this that can be applied to just about any industry, which I think is kind of interesting. And I'm going to talk about this in a series of videos. So today I just want to mention or talk about well, it's in the book. It's on page 4. We talk about the various symptoms of burnout. You know, you don't think about burnout, you don't think about symptomology, right? But it's actually a syndrome. It's actually has symptoms that to some degree are treatable. So it's important to think about it that way. And the one I want to focus on is this dysphoric symptoms that center on emotional exhaustion. And what I mean by that is with emotional exhaustion, you feel unhappy. No surprise there. But the kicker, though, is things that typically would make you excited or happy or change that mood from of unhappiness to something more enjoyable don't do that anymore when you're truly emotionally exhausted. That's where the danger lies, right? And then on top of that, you feel mentally and physically exhausted, and it's at a level of exhaustion that a good night's rest doesn't overcome, right? You go to bed, you get what would be a normal night's rest for you. You normally wake up and feel refreshed and ready to go after that. In this case, that's not what you're experiencing. That is an obvious symptom. Maybe not as obvious to others as it might be to someone who studies burnout, but it's an obvious symptom of emotional exhaustion that comes, from a variety of factors that may be happening in your job. When a physician feels that way, it means they're going into the office not refreshed and not ready to go and not ready to deal with patients and not ready to, diagnose as well as maybe they would, right? You can apply this to any job, though. You'll go into work, and instead of being 100%, you're now at 75% because you just don't feel recovered, right? So that's one symptom, this whole emotional exhaustion, this feeling of exhaustion that's more than skin deep, etc. And there are some others. So I'm going to start here, but let's come back again soon, and I'll talk a little bit more about some other symptoms that you might experience if you're experiencing burnout or the onset of that sort of situation. That's it for today. We'll see you next time.